Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I decided to go live to review Little Women Atlanta just because I did not feel like editing the video or having to upload it or whatever. I'm like, I can go live real quick to recap what happened on yesterday's episode. If y'all are in the chats, make sure to say hello so I can see who is in the chat. Now, this probably won't be as long as my Married at First Sight live because it just may not be, okay? But oh, hello, hey y'all, I can knock and see y'all. I'm like, ain't nobody saying nothing yet, but I think people are in here. And again, I literally just decided 15 minutes ago to come live and do this. I'm like, I'm gonna give some people some time to pop into the chat. Has everybody, like, who watches the show? And have y'all watch yesterday's episode that happened? Um, hey Trey B, hey Rancine, hey Romel, Shirley Morgan, Fabia, y'all know I'm horrible with names, Sandy Moon, S. John. Yes, happy Saturday. Also, Shirley does watch it. I like this season so far. I do feel like they probably went back and edited the season a little bit to add these little tidbits with Minnie, with her passing away. Because it seems as if they're trying to make sure to give her a great last season, so to speak. And you know, so I'm here for it or whatever. Ranching watch. I don't watch. Oh, I forgot I can put myself. I don't watch the show anymore, but I'm here. Oh, I forgot to put my picture up because I am here and everything. I watched the show, but haven't watched an episode yet. It was a okay episode. I feel like they are. Yes, I'm waiting for this and your love. Yeah, I'm doing love as a lockup next. I don't know if I'm going to do that live or not. Because it's Saturday. I don't feel like editing, but I have to get my videos done. And for most YouTubers, like doing it live on StreamYard is just easier because again, we can just record it with our stuff, whatever is up already. But we shall see. But I do want to wait on thing. Why is this thing going on here? I need all these buttons I have to push to make sure the stuff works right and that my video was live. But yeah, it's sometimes just easier to go ahead and do these things live than having to go in, edit, cut and paste and all that stuff. Yes, they tried to give her a good edit, you know, and they did. But it doesn't seem like a messy good edit. It's a good edit. It's not as if they are making her look any different. I just think things they would have left off the floor. They not like, well, you know, let's put it in here. Because I'm like, why they putting this little scene there? But again, it's good nonetheless. So the episode starts off with Minnie and Abira and Money all meeting up to chit chat and everything. And it was funny seeing Abira point out how hard it is for little people. Come on, boo, for little people to use a public restroom. I'm looking like that is look, I'm only 5 feet tall and everything, so I completely get that. When you know sometimes the toilet thing is not low enough for you to like hover, so I can't imagine them being actual little people and having as a public restroom. That would just be nasty to me. But anyway, we see that it's like whatever. Now when you know Minnie, Abira and Money all chit chat, Abira really feels as if the twins started it, as if the twins did it all, and the twins are the ones who need to apologize for the fight. And I'm like, I mean, I guess she hasn't watched the season yet, and I can get how in the moment of something you don't get, no, bitch, it was you. Okay, and my thing with Abira is, no, bitch, it was you. She is like blaming the twins, and I'm like, had you never said to them, why didn't y'all bubblehead asses not come to the housewarming, nothing would have happened. The conversation she was having with Charlene, you know, did not start anything. It started with her talking to the twins or whatever. So she even brings up how them dropping glasses or throwing their glasses down is how she got cut on her chest and how Juicy got cut on her head. I'm looking like, no, you hit Juicy in the head with a glass trying to throw it at them. So I just felt like what is going on. And but again, Abira is going off memory and not off of what actually happened. Is Abira a man? Hey Sam, is Abira a main cast member or still a friend? I feel like at this point she's a main cast member because I believe she's in the promo. So I think she's a main cast member. I know they showed from the preview that Tanya's coming back. So I think she'll be a friend of the show, but not Abira. I think when Abira was back, they kind of made her be, on the show and everything. But I don't like how she's not accepting her role in the fight. Like you literally, and even though she brought up how they thought I spit on them because my mouth was wet, and so they spit on them, that part was true. You know what I'm saying? That was absolutely accurate. But I mean, you tossing the drink on them and then you trying to throw it and hitting Juicy in the head is what made it escalate even further, whatever. And I felt like Abira got too many kids to be this immature. Like she really feels as if like it's the twins to do this or that. And when Money brings up how she wants to have like a come together moment, she was gonna have like a forgiveness even or whatever, but she did not want to invite Abira because Abira is still mad and she's still blaming the twins. And even though it's like I don't want them having no meeting without me because they're gonna be sitting there talking about me. I'm like Abira. Nobody sits around and like just consistently talks about you, but I do feel like they're gonna talk about you based on the situation. So again, Abira has her moments of being, being right about little things here and there, but like 6 times out of 10, she on some bullshit that ain't actual or factual. So I'm like, I ain't got time for that. Now we do see the twins talking about the fight. Sandy said, I don't like her at all. Yeah, Abira has, ways that just makes you not want to root for her. And, hopefully Jesus will fix it. But when the twins are talking about it at their house or whatever, and Amanda feels as if, no, Amanda said, and last week I said I could not tell the difference between the two twins. So many people commented and was giving me reasons or ways to tell them apart. And I do now realize that Amanda, who was married, her head is bigger. And then Andrea, her head is smaller. And I can tell the difference in their confessionals, but sometimes not in the actual scenes, but that's fine or whatever. Anyway, Amanda brings up how for her husband was telling her, don't do that, you're too good for it, whatever. You should not be out trying to fight. Whereas Andrea said her baby daddy Chris told her, fight, fight, fight. Let me help you take your shoes off. I'm like, that just proves how a person can be there for you, but want to keep you in the bullshit or whatever. And I'm like, I don't see why, because why would your baby daddy want you to keep fighting and then help you take shoes off? I'm like, Chris still ain't shit. Okay, not at all. Juicy is basically Nene. Yes, yeah, I can see that. Not as bad as Nene, but a Nene nonetheless. Abira Abira has ways about her, but she made me like her a little more than she let Money stay with. Yeah, like I said, Abira has these moments of me liking her. Like she has these positive moments, but it's like I think when it comes to her and the twins, or when she's in her drunken state, she don't really recall what she be doing, and that's to make me like, girl, you want some bullshit. Abira she needs to work on her temperament. Absolutely, Sam said. Juicy be getting on my nerves at times. Juicy, Miss Juicy, back girl. I'm like, Charlene, go sit down, Charlene. And I'm having an issue with saying Charlene versus Juicy. I'm gonna use both names. I like them both. But yeah, it'd be a lot going on. Fabia says Chris needs to grow up. They need to go take care of them kids, them children. That's what your parents said, whatever. Okay, but it's just weird. Yeah, she's still with Chris. She's still with Chris, third baby and all. Okay, but again, her bringing up how Chris was encouraging her to fight and helping her take her shoes off to fight. I'm looking like, what is wrong with you that you think that's normal? It's just kind of dumb or whatever. Anyway, they was talking or whatever, and then Andrea brings up how Abira was on social media saying how they tried to jump her. They jumped her, whatever. I think they show her calling them like bubbleheads or whatever, just whatever, mean words and whatnot. And I do feel technically, It was a jumping situation. Jumping just means more than one person is trying to get at one person. So did they try to jump her? Technically, yes. But was it a real jump? No, because Abira, in my opinion, started it with them too. Okay, you already know how they can be. I said they both be barking. The twins be barking. Abira be barking. It's like bark, 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 bark. I'm done. Okay, I'm done with it. Um, Abira shouldn't drink. She's a bad drunk. Yeah, a bit. Yeah, yeah. Because even the season when she got drunk at the showcase, and she was at girl, yeah, she shouldn't drink. She's not in any situation. Chris is trash. She should have left him a long time ago, but she'll eventually get fed up and leave him for good. Honey, she should before them three kids is when she should. She now has three children with him. I'm like, Chris is kind of done. Chris had tattoos up his neck. He with the mess. That's very very true. But again, their issue is Abira be fucking with them. She be fucking with us and they will blame us. And I do think Abira is not in any sense of the word a victim in this situation. So I don't think her going on social media acting as if they blindly attacked her is truth. But again, Abira has a way of not seeing what she did to cause the situation. But I'm like, girl, we don't really care. Now we do see Charlene, who was aggravated that she got cut on her forehead based on the fight between the twins and Abira. But she's all stitched up or whatever, it's fine. But she feels as if her and Minnie need to mend their issues in order for the other girls to mend theirs. Because sometimes it do be, because it was more Abira trying to speak up for Minnie towards Charlene, which then made her say something to the twins. So it do be like, let's defend one or the other, and it could be some bullshit. Um, Look at the tape of Vera did spit on Tiny Twins. Nancy Bolivar said, yeah, but no, she didn't spit on her per se. If we fussing and I'm talking my mouth was wet and spit comes out, that's not me spitting on you. When the twins spit back, the twin purposely hawked and then spit, whereas the bear was just talking and spit came out. But again, they should not have been that close in the first place. I'm gonna leave that be. But again, it was a whole thing. Yeah, our mama and that, yeah, Andrea's three kids are with her parents in Texas, and I don't know why. But on to Minnie and girl Charlene. So they want, well, Minnie come over because she invited her over to chit chat. Now Charlene surprisingly, Juicy surprisingly apologized to Minnie based on the thing that she said at the little kickoff special or whatever, where she doubted that Juicy was really, or not Juicy, that she doubted that Minnie was really sick with congestive heart failure, whatever. And she's like, I realized, I should have said that. I realized that hurt you, and so I can say on my behalf, I apologize for saying that. And Minnie brings up, I have a track record. I know of lying. I know I lie. Okay. However, I'm not joking. It was about my health, and it did hurt me that you said that or whatever. And she accepts the apology, and they kind of laugh or whatever. So I feel like they were trying to again wrap things up for Minnie this season, because it was a good thing to see Minnie and Juicy have this moment before anything happened to Minnie, later on down the line or whatever. It's one thing if Minnie would have passed away and then Juicy would have came back and said, well, we talked, back then or whatever. It's a good thing that we seen it. But this is a scene I felt like they brought back to show what happened between them. But I mean, it was good nonetheless. Many losses so tragic and so sad. As soon as she found love, it is really, really sad. What? Speaking will get your ass whooped this punk ass hungry. Yeah, very, very true. And I think, but that's my point. When the twins spit back, that's what pissed off Abira. Because she didn't purposely spit on the girl, but I'm going to leave that be. Anyway, I like how, again, Minnie and Juicy had this moment to be able to say how they cool or whatnot, and that's what it was. Now, we then see Money. Money meets up with Moreland. Okay. And now she brings up how she caught him cheating in one way or the other. And so that's the reason she came back to Atlanta. She kind of left him alone. And he called her to ask, like, can you meet up somewhere? Honey, when she walked in the door and then seen him and instantly. So you know what? I'm just gonna say, you know what I'm saying, I'm good on you. You know what I'm saying, I want to say face to face, leave me, like, don't call me, don't text me, leave me alone. She walked in to say, leave me the fuck alone, and then she walked out. I can appreciate her sticking to her guns and wanting to just let him know I'm not about your bullshit no more. And holding her ground and how she's upset. Because sometimes you can be mad at your dude or whatever, and then once he comes back trying to say sorry, you forgive him, and that's a good thing and everything. But I'm like, we shall see. Now, when she walks out, he does follow her out, of course. That's when this scene happens, and he like, I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm saying what I did. Well, what was you at when I was in Houston? So I guess he left her and she ain't really talked to him since he left her alone. So money, like him saying, I'm pissed, I'm mad, leave me be. And I like that she's staying in her, you ain't shit right now. I'm not going to forgive you. You just want to talk about shit to get me happy again, but then you can leave me again, because that's what he keeps doing. And that's what she keeps wanting to avoid or whatever. When this fool then said, well, no, 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 I now realize ain't shit out in these streets for me, and you love me, and so now I want to fix it. I say, oh, now you want to fix it. Oh, that's what, oh, now? Oh, really? I was like, Moreland, you ain't shit. You ain't worth nothing, because to make it seem as if I done went out here and cheated on you and realized no one wants me how you maybe want me, or they can't do for me how you do things. I'm like, Moreland, I don't like you at all or whatever. And when she was like, it's been so hard for me coming here and I have to live with a beard. Like, I'm down on my luck because you supposed to help me, whatever, you did not, and you left me. I'm on this girl couch, basically homeless. Okay, basically homeless. And she do tell him that she wants to see action and she don't care about what he's saying. Like, step your game up, bruh. But still in point, I'm not going to, wait on you. I'm gonna do what you. I'm gonna do what you. I'm gonna walk away. And she just kind of walked away. And again, I like that she is holding her ground and making sure to him know, fuck you, bro. Fuck you all up and through or whatever. I thought I seen something about Moreland. He might just want to be on the show. I agree with her, or he just don't like Texas. He don't like her. I don't know. Moreland with the hassle that he cheated and now he wants to her. Now he wants to do better, and I don't know why. He left her after she went to Texas and stopped him to eat. But again, he trash, trash, trash. Now we then see Minnie and Andrea meet up real quick. And again, this is a scene where I feel as if they are adding things in to, just show things with Minnie that probably would not have made the show had she, not passed away, because they were just talking about her new boyfriend and how the girls haven't met him yet and how they've been dating for like a year or whatever. And it's like, well, I did not want to introduce y'all to this yet because again, it'd be some crazy shit going on. So I'm kind of waiting until me and him together. I'm like, this was an added scene just to make sure that they show her, going through things or whatever. So we then see Amanda. Amanda and was it both twins? I think both twins went, if I'm not mistaken, but they went to see a doctor because Amanda's leg is messing up and everything. She brings up how, of course, because of her dwarfism, she's had different leg issues over the years, and she's had multiple surgeries, like to break her legs, to realign her legs or whatever, so that she can properly walk without any pain and everything. And somebody said, Mormon is, y'all, Moreland is F dude, and came back to me. So that just made me laugh. Because I'm like, what? Very true. But the doctor tells Amanda how, they think she may have sprained her ankle or whatever when she probably did whatever. Now she says since the fight happened, her legs been hurt. I'm like, well, stop fighting. Stop when if your legs are messed up, don't be fighting and wearing heels. That's just dumb. But she really hopes that the little fracture to her tendon, as they said it was, will heal without her having to have surgery, because her and her husband wants to get pregnant and have kids, and she can't heal from a surgery and have kids too. I feel like I'm like, girl, I don't care. Whatever. But anyway, we see her go to PC later, whatever, to give her ways to work out her leg, and she brings up how she's worried that she will not be able to have kids or whatever. And then Andrea then said, well, if you can have kids, I'll have one for you. And she was like, her tubes are tied. Like, how would she have a kid for me? I'm like, I guess just use her uterus. I don't know, but I don't think Andrea needs to birth any more children. Leave it be. Leave it be. But I feel like the twins always have issues, and I'm like, I don't care that much, but it's fine. Now we do see all the ladies go axe throwing, Money playing this, everybody but Abira. Abira did not go. And, Money just wants to help men in the group. It was fun. They chit chatted, laughed, and talked or whatever, tossed some accents and whatnot. And then they get on Abira. Wait, I'm thirsty. Hold on, y'all. My throat. My throat was dry. Um, but yeah, so they get on Abira, and the twins bring up how they feel as if Abira, since they jumped on her, was some bullshit, and how they always get mad that they try to be nice to her, and then she always comes to them with the bullshit. Like even if it's an event of theirs, she always comes to them in some kind of negative way. And when Money asked the twins if they feel as if they could meet up with her and work things out, either one on one or with a group, they was like, no, because she always on some bullshit. Like, I don't want to do that, leave us be or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna do Love at the Lockup next. I don't normally do a live now, but I'll see. I don't know. Anyway, so from there, they then get on Minnie having a new man or whatever. She brings up how she's known him since 2012, but they've been dating for a year. And all the girls are excited because, again, they're like, we think it's a great thing that, you found somebody you happy and love. And then Minnie starts crying about it too. And this is another scene I feel as if they added more of Minnie talking because it just seemed like, it was extra. I know y'all can't see. I know it's on purpose. But again, it's a just added scenes of Minnie explaining things. I think just to give her more screen time, but that's fine. But it was great to see her say, see, I'm here. It's great to see her say that, she found love and she realized that she was worthy of love. And, even sometimes she sit and question, like, why would he want her? Because he's a tall person and he's never dated a little person before. So she's like, she's happy that she was happy in that. We then see, I think, and one of the twins bring up how they used to always wonder, it was Andrea, since she wondered would Chris ever leave her for a regular person to. Money then said the same thing, and she then brings up her issues with Moreland and that she still pissed at him, but she wonders if this time can be different and they can fix shit. I'm like, Money, please don't. This leave him, girl, leave him be. Was her husband. But again, it was just a good thing to see Money like really expressing how she was happy and how she had been happy for a year dating him, and she just did not share that with others, but she wanted to keep it to herself. So that was a great thing to seeing her, in a different light this season. I also like how Charlene Juicy told Money, like, before you get divorced, like, just make sure it's the right thing, because again, divorce is very, very hard. So you don't want to give up too soon. But I'm looking like, no, Moreland ain't shit. Like, I think she's already given him the time to see if he should or should not divorce him. I'm like, she needs to divorce him. They're giving her more screen time, her story to do right by her, because the rest of the season's gonna be really sad and trying. Yeah, that's really, really true. But again, I think it's a great thing to even, because they can't add in stuff that she didn't do or say. So to see her express herself about where she was in life at that point in time, I feel like is a treasure, because who wants, for instance, Nene. Nene's last season on Housewives was not her best season. Like, she was in a fucked up place all over the board. Not that I want her dead or whatnot, but I'm just saying, like, you want someone's last season or last scene on the show that they're not on anymore to be great memories. And I feel like Minnie had that. So that's a good thing. We do see Minnie on a date, okay, with her boyfriend, Nick. Okay, they go on a little date. Okay, a little glass blowing date. And I'm like, oh, it was real cute. You know what I'm saying? They sitting around or whatever. And again, this was just a scene of us seeing how she was happy and in love. Okay. She met his friends already. She knows like she was in a whole relationship and was in a good place. Okay, so this whole scene was about that, and we're gonna move on. Because I'm like, I don't want to keep focusing on. Because I'm like, we kind of know she passes away, so it's kind of hard to be like, let's keep discussing. But again, that was great. Now we then see when Charlene Juicy goes out with Abira. Okay, she takes her out to get not her nose, get her nails and toes done or whatever, and she feels as if when Money had a whole act on event, it was wrong for her not to include Abira. I feel like she knew Abira and the twins should not be together at that event because someone may throw an act at the other one or whatever. So I do think that was okay, mainly because she'd already talked to Abira about her side of things, and this is the way to talk to the twins too. So I'm gonna leave that be. Now, at that point in time, Abira do express to Juice that she did not like not being invited or whatever, but she think that the twins shouldn't have been there because they always throwing stuff too. I feel like Abira again is still playing victim. She wants to keep blaming the twins. And when Charlene brings up how you talking about them, but you threw a glass that hit me in the head, and she kept that wasn't me. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I'm looking like yes, you did. Like y'all look, don't do that. Lord Jesus. Anyway, I just saw the comment, had to laugh. Hey, Starlab. Talk about that. Leave that man alone. But yeah. But again, when Juicy brings up how it was Abira who hit her with the glass, and Abira keeps denying it, I'm like, because Abira was drunk and she don't know what she do, and she just be stressing people out for no reason. She also brings up how her issue was, well, how the twins gonna pull up to your event and not come to my event. I'm like, first of all, your event was a housewarming at your house with Jello shots. Like girl, Juicy was having an actual event for something, and they are cool with Juicy. They not cool with you. Like the last time y'all were talking or whatever, it wasn't on good terms. People have to realize that if our last chat or whatever was some beef, I don't have to come to your event if we have not had a conversation, privately since the last time I saw you. So I think the twins not going was fine if you ask me or whatever, but it was what it was. So they talk whatever, and the Abira again is getting defensive, and she brings up how at the event for Juicy, she felt alone because the twins attacked her, their men attacked her, whatever, and everyone makes her feel as if she's the one that needs to control her temper. But I don't think she get, bitch, you started it. And I said, bam, thank you, Tammy. You started it. You was drunk and called them a name from the start. You bubblehead hoes, or what you call them, bubbleheads, whatever it was, she went at them first. So I'm like, you can't make it seem as if you were sitting around eating some chicken and not doing anything, and they just walked up and beat you up. That's not what happened. And you also should not start arguing with twins. They're going to come at you. If you fuss at me and my sister right here, you're going to fuss with both of us. That's what happened. That's just what it is and whatnot. So again, Abira be forgetting what she do. And then she was crying, I just feel alone. I'm like, I get that. But you could have left it alone and not even cared that they were at Juicy's event. Because Juicy's event didn't mean shit to your housewarming. It was just stupid. Girl, not a breast. You know what? She used to have low self-esteem. Right, the twins were ignoring her. She doesn't for long. Yeah, and it was just kind of dumb. Now, I do think with Juicy was advised, like, I need you to be able to, have someone poke your buttons. They poking you. They poke. Why, girl? Why didn't y'all tell me I still have I'll be up shortly? I'm here. I've been here the whole time. Anyway, I forgot it was up. But Juicy advised her that, you need to be able to be pushed and not react. Okay, because if you're around some producer or whoever else, or big wigs or whoever else, you can't react the way you did at my event at other people's events because you would be, you know what I'm saying, shunned in the industry. I feel like the reason Abira isn't a popular ish little person because again she pop off every team too much. Had to cough, hold on. And I hate coughing to people's faces or whatever. But yeah, she called them bubblehead hoes. And I'm like, that's team too much or whatever. So a beer crying to me, it did not move me because you put yourself in this situation. And while I feel like I get that you just move there, you feel alone or whatever, but stop putting yourself in these fights with people for no damn reason. It's just stupid. Anyway, we then see when Moreland and uh Money meet up in the park, honey, and he had on this jacket. It was a jacket that he had on. It's like I don't like that jacket. Take it off. This is a jacket you wore and all the photos that you would cheat up. And she was mad, a little brown jacket or whatever. And she's like, I'm pissed. Take it off, take it off. And then when he took it off, she proceeded to say, don't put it on the ground. He like, why on the ground? She then got a knife from the picnic table or whatever, and cut the coat up because she was pissed that you came to me in the same coat you were cheating on me in, and I'm pissed off from seeing a cheating ass coat. I would have cut it up too because that's what I do. But again, it was what it was. So when they finally sit down and have a conversation, she brings up, you know, she said, I feel like you left me when I left the show. You know what I'm saying? When we moved to Texas and I left the show, you then felt like you didn't need, whatever these hoes can do, whatever that they can do, I can't do. And, now you back, because now I'm back on the show in Atlanta. And I was like, she's right. Like, you can't want to be all up on me while we're on the show. And the minute I leave the show, things get worse. You cheat even worse. And then you literally leave me and don't come back until I'm in Atlanta on the show. And I'm like, again, Moreland is a fucking opportunist. I do feel like he is using her for her fame. I do think he is using her to be on the show. I do think he only wants to be around her when he is on the show. But I think she needs to realize that and not wait for him to prove it's not true, because he keeps showing you that because he's only good on the show. They have the most issues when the show isn't filming. And that's bullshit. That's his bullshit or whatever. Now, even though he said, well, that ain't true. I like you. I love you. Whatever. I want to be with you. Is you and only you and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Okay. Yes. She was warned before they got married. Okay. I think at the wedding, like the day before, like his people was warning her about his bullshit. Okay. And I'm like, because he just, it is what it is. He don't want to be with her. He keep proving that the reason he is there is for the cameras. Yes. And I think she see it because she said it before, before I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? When she said, I think this is the reason you're here, I'm like, but then leave him. Don't let him come back. Sometimes you have to just let it. I don't know what she's waiting for. I don't know what it is, low self-esteem. But again, if he leaves her again and she stay again, then she just wants to be there for that bullshit or whatever. And when she brings back, when she told us how he left, that she left that morning to take her son to school. When she got back home, he had moved out all his stuff. I said, what? Girl and boys. I'm like, that was crazy. And even his excuse of, at that time or whatever, you were stressing me out. You were stressed about your career and how I wasn't in the right place or whatever. And you were being negative, and I just needed to feel free. So I left. I'm like, but that ain't how you do it, okay? At all. To leave your wife when she is left, take her kid to school, when she come home and you gone, I was like, bitch. And my thing is, if that's what you did to me, and I haven't seen you since then, and you come back now with me on the show, I don't want you, like, at all. Period. Okay, because you had me have to leave here and be here stuck on stupid or whatever, and down there broke and on the beer couch. You don't care for me. Period. And I don't see why she's trying to be there and allow him to even air his piece. I'm looking like, for what? For what? Like, what is the point of doing that? It doesn't make any sense, okay? Not at all. And, he brings up how, well, I don't like how you listen to the people and how, people will tell you things to do and it'll, backfire, whatever, and you don't listen to me. And then when their shit backfires on you, you want me to help you fix it. Now, I will say, when he said that, I agree with that part of it. You can't have a marriage and you can't be listening to everyone except your husband. And if their bad advice keeps being bad advice and you keep not listening to him but want him to fix it, I do think he has a right to be upset about that one thing, but that does not give him the right to leave you, cheat on you, use you, and abuse you emotionally and mentally and physically. Well, not physically. But again, that ain't the reason for that, but she do have to. And I like how she said, you know what, I can accept that I did that and that was wrong on my part. But again, that don't mean what he did was right. But she's like, I just need you to, speak up, you know what I'm saying, and not shut down, not do things or whatever, and show me that you can be faithful and upfront with me. I'm looking like, I mean, I do not want her to give him another chance. I just don't. It's just dumb. And I feel like since she's been with him, he has consistently shown her who he was. And the good moments that he does in between those fucked up moments, to me, should not add up to he deserves another chance. I'm like, why? For what? It doesn't make any sense. It's just dumb. It's just, he left her high and dry. She had to go live with either Charlene or on the Beard's couch. And I feel like that to me means she did not even have money to get a hotel or a rental or nothing. Like, she can't do shit based on whatever they got going on. And I'm like, that ain't that. It's some bullshit, I tell you. Now, when she then went and told the Beard about them meeting up, this is the time where I like a Beard. Because the Beard was like, girl, don't trust him. He ain't shit. Like, he's shown you who he was. I can appreciate Abira in that one because she was like, you know what? I can't hold you up. This is what he's shown you. Okay. And I don't like how he's telling you because you didn't listen to him. That meant he can cheat on you. Like, I don't like that. She was like a good friend with good advice. Okay. Good sober advice, if you ask me. Because again, it's like money don't see it. And I don't know why. We then see the end of this, Minnie and Nick have their friends meet up at the club. And do I have a picture of it? I think I do. It's just a blurry one or whatever. Or maybe I don't. I can't remember. Anyway, so Nick had all his friends meet her friends so they can all be friends and whatnot. Now, it was weird because one guy had on the same color. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. But again, it was a good scene of them all meeting up. It was a good thing of where is that? The girls meeting him, seeing how happy she was. It do seem like he likes her a lot. It do seem as if, he probably is used to her being around his friends. She brought up how his friends treat her like family. His friends, really care about her and treat her like a sister. And his friends, are just cool or whatever. Now, when they got there, here he is right here. I'll be having to find stuff, honey. Since, on here it'd be different. Let's stop. Where is the picture? Y'all gonna wait? Yes? No? Maybe? Girl, it takes so long sometimes. Okay, boom. So this is one picture. I was going to put up one picture. But again, him, her, the twins, Chris, whatever. But again, they were sitting around and whatnot. And before they got there, the twins wasn't there at first, okay? It was just everybody but the twins. And his friends who were there, who we see sitting around too, in the mirror, whatever, asked Abira, like, if it bothers them if somebody picks them up. And I'm like, well, that's not a nice thing to say, whatever. And, Abira then brings up, we know if we like is out in public, like here, like it would not be cool for somebody to pick us up. But like if we was in a bed like having sex or whatever, that's fine. And I feel as if the friends who maybe said stuff under their breath that we hear on camera because the beer got mad, as if she's just said how some of their questions were like rude. So that was a bit awkward or whatever, but it was fine, fine, fine. But then we do see the twins show up. And when they did show up, that made the beer leave. And the beer felt like, I don't think the twins are um adult enough or can control themselves enough to not come here and ask some kind of food. I'm looking like, well, that's not a nice thing to say. Like, I feel like the twins don't really be on that rah-rah this unless they're kind of responding to stuff. So for me, that was a weird little conversation to have, as if she's leaving because they're going to cause bullshit. It look like, no, you've been drinking. You should go home. But again, they all look nice, okay, having fun, at the club or whatever. But again, it was a good little time had by all, okay. And that was really the whole episode. The twins talked to him. They got to know him or whatever for the first time, and it was really it. No one fought, no one argued or whatever, and that was really it. So again, it was a good little episode. They're giving Juicy, not Juicy girl, Minnie, a good old edit or whatever, and we'll see what happens in the next episode when Ty coming back and trying to get Abira and the twins to squash shit. Let's see. Yeah, they were doing too much for the camera. It would bother me if someone picked me up. Absolutely, questions are rude. It will make sure it believe. But again, it was a good episode, and that was it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this live for the Women in Atlanta. Now I do not have to edit it or whatever. It's gonna be done. I'm going to do Love the Lockup next, I think. Or I have to Grown Up Hip Hop too. Oh my god, it's just too much or whatever. But again, I hope y'all enjoyed. I will talk to y'all later. On and if I'm going to do Love at the Lockup live, it will be at 8:45, which is in about 15 minutes or whatever. So if y'all want to come back on, that is fine. If not, it'll be, I'm gonna do it live. I will, because again, I can just get it done and be done with it. So I'm leaving here, y'all. Peace and blessings, and I'm done. And I'll see y'all later.